One of the reasons people will take the mark of the beast. Revelation chapter 13 verse 16 through 17. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bound, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. The time is coming when the world will take the mark of the beast and will worship the beast. We are moving. We are moving towards Revelation chapter 13. You know and can see that the world is moving closer and closer into the book of Revelation. Look at how the world is changing. Look at how sin is celebrated. Look at how righteousness is frowned upon. The things that the prophets and Jesus told us will happen and are beginning to happen. Darkness has completely covered the world. Evil, unlike before, has started taking over the world. The world is in its last phase. We all know this, and many seem not to care. This beast we are talking about is the beast that Satan will empower, the beast that will come from the sea. Revelation chapter 13 verse 1 through 2. And I stood upon the sand of the sea and saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and upon his horns 10 crowns, and upon his heads the name of blasphemy. And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, and his feet were as the feet of a bear, and his mouth as the mouth of a lion. And the dragon gave him his power, and his seat and great authority. This beast is the Antichrist. This beast is the one who will take control of the earth. He will have power over the economy of the world. He will be a ruler that is loved and feared. He will be a dictator that is worshipped and adored. He will be energized by the very power of hell. He will have the world powers and its resources all at his disposal. No man on earth will quite have ever experienced such power over the world as the Antichrist. His power will surpass all emperors and rulers of the world in the past. He will surpass the power of Alexander the Great, Napoleon Bonaparte, Julius Caesar, Genghis Khan, Augustus, Alfred the Great, William the Conqueror. With the power he will yield along with the false, he will introduce a mark. When you talk about the beast's mark, you hear people say they will never take the mark. John says that people will not be able to buy or sell without the mark. Once society finds out you don't have the mark, they will cut you off from trade. The mark of the beast will stop people without the mark from buying food. Imagine an individual with a family who cannot buy and sell, unable to feed their family. They may endure it for a few days, but certainly a time will come when they will not be able to endure it. A father will not sit back and watch hunger destroy his family. Coercion, that is the biggest difference between God and Satan. God gives you information and gives you the ability to make an informed decision. However, Satan will use anything he can to make you choose his side. He uses deception. He uses coercion. And the mark of the beast is a declaration of worship. And 2 methods the Antichrist will use is deception and coercion. Number 1, deception. The truth is, some people will literally look at the Antichrist as God. they will literally see him as their solution. He will come as a leader that will bring peace and unite the world, and some of the people will worship him for that. There is already a culture in the world of worshiping human beings, idolizing human beings, worshiping human beings. Have you not seen how celebrities are adored in this generation? Have you not seen how people have posters in their rooms of another human being? Or people go to concerts screaming and chanting someone's name? That's worship. 50,000 people in a stadium screaming and chanting one person's name on a stage. That is worship. We live in a culture that worships celebrities. And this is something that is not happening in the world alone. It's happening in the church. We are hearing more and more the term of celebrity pastor. How on earth can a pastor be a celebrity? A pastor should point all adoration to Jesus, all adoration to the Lord. But we see this culture of worshiping people seeping into even the church. And when the Antichrist comes, he will be worshiped. He will be adored. The world is doing it now already. If you are worshiping a person, you are walking in darkness. Revelation chapter 19 verse 20 says, "And the beast was taken, and with him the false prophet that wrought miracles before him, with which he deceived them that had received the mark of the beast, and them that worshipped his image. These both were cast alive into a lake of fire burning with brimstone." Of course, we know that the greatest quality of false prophets is deception. The Antichrist in Revelation will come peacefully at first. He will perform several miracles and make people to believe in him because of his supernatural acts. The world will love him, adore him. He will be the solution the world needs. He will answer the world's problems. I cannot stress this point. The world will love him. And we are told in the book of John that his spirit is already on the earth. I have no doubt his spirit is preparing the hearts of men. I have no doubt his spirit is preparing the society to love him when he comes. People have the perception that when the Antichrist comes, he will be a literal beast like he is described in Revelation, but he won't be. He will be a man who the world will love and worship. Some people will literally take the mark because they believe in him, because he will literally exalt himself as God. He will demand to be worshipped above all things else. He will position himself in the temple of God and declare himself as God. Number 2, coercion. The mark of the beast will use coercion. An individual who refuses to take the mark will slowly but surely be cornered in society. There will be different policies that will make people's lives without this mark become unbearable. They may end up losing their properties. Their cars will become useless because they cannot buy anything, including fuel. How then will one not be pushed to take this mark? Revelation chapter 13 verse 16 through 17. "And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bound, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name." The Antichrist will be in such a place of prominence that he will have power over the world and all of its economic activity. Under the rule and leadership of the beast, his mark will be the only approved medium of financial transaction. That will put an enormous amount of strain on individuals. it will push people and urge them towards the mark. Rather than them being able to make a free choice out of their own will, the beast will use coercion. That is something you need to know about the devil. The devil is in the business of coercion. If the devil can force you to do something, he will. God, on the other hand, allows a person to make a choice and then allows them to face the consequences of their choice. Even though people are aware that receiving the mark of the beast means eternal separation from God, they will still go ahead and take the mark. Imagine a father who has to provide for his family. How many people will be able to withstand the frustration of not being able to buy or sell? Enduring your family not being able to make ends meet is not an easy experience. Coercion. When multitudes have danced to the tune of the Antichrist, many more people who are willing to stand against it will have their faith weakened. People will see those around them being able to provide for their loved ones, and then look at themselves struggling because they are refusing to take the mark. That is a pressure that will reduce many people to comply to his mark. Matthew chapter 24 verse 19 through 21 says, "And woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days. But pray ye that your flight is not in the winter, neither on the Sabbath day. For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be." One truth I want us to hold on to is that the time of the beast's arrival is getting closer than you can ever think. The Bible actually lets us know that the spirit of the Antichrist is already here on earth preparing the world for his arrival. 1 John chapter 4 verse 3. "And every spirit that confesseth not that Jesus Christ is come in the flesh is not of God. And this is that spirit of Antichrist, whereof ye have heard that it should come. And even now already is it in the world."